Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Off the Blockchain. It's episode number 9. Can't believe it, how far we've come already. So this is the DappRadar podcast where we talk about all things Web3, decentralized applications, and blockchain. Our normal host, Charlie, is actually out today, so I'm standing in for him. I hope I can do the job justice. Charlie is obviously pretty good at this. So whether you're listening on Spotify or you're watching on YouTube, a huge welcome to everyone and a big thanks for tuning in today. So today we have with us Robert Hulk Hogan Dawn. I stole that bit from Charlie. And Robin Christensen with us. So what we're going to talk about today. So we've got a whole bunch of topics lined up to talk about. We're going to talk about Gala Games. So Rob's going to dive into Gala Games, a whole bunch of updates and features coming from Gala. So we're going to jump in there and talk about that. And Robin is going to dive into Goblin Town, a new NFT collection that's stirring the pot a little bit with the way that it's come around. And then always we're going to do our thumbs up, thumbs down. We got some community questions at the end. And yeah, let's, but before we do any of that stuff, how is everyone doing this week? I'll start with you, Robert. How are you getting on, man?
Yeah, I'm doing fine, man. It's last week we couldn't do the podcast. So that was quite a
it was sad, right?
It was sad, yeah. It was kind of bad feeling. But I was in Lithuania last week at the DappRadar office, and finally got to meet you in person.
Yeah,
I mean, been looking at your face for like 1.5 years, so it's fun. It's fun to see you, to see that you also have legs. So yeah. Overall, I'm feeling good, ready to kick ass, and let's do this.
Nice, man. Robin, how you doing? What's going on with you this week, man?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. This is my first week here at DappRadar. I am the new editor-in-chief, so I'm just super happy to be here. And else, I've been learning a lot about the dApps and NFTs and gamings, and so yeah, I'm ready for this.
You've strapped into the roller coaster and you're ready for the ride, right? It's it's a big old roller coaster, man. All right, cool. Good to hear. Everyone's happy. Everyone's pumped. Everyone's ready to go. So let's get straight into it then, fellas. Let's do our normal take of thumbs up and thumbs down. So this is our segment where we take a look at some interesting topics around the industry over the last week or so, and the guys tell you whether they think it's cool or whether it's not cool, basically. So we've got 3 topics. We're going to start off with, a $26.5 million building has found its way onto OpenSea. So this 7-story building in Manhattan in a district called the Flatiron District, which is very famous as it has the Flatiron building. The seller, Okada and Company, they've been in the real estate business for almost 60 years. And they've got a property on OpenSea for sale as an NFT. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah, thumbs up for me.
All right. Robin? 2 thumbs up. Damn. Nice. All right, cool. So we got a triple thumbs up on NFTs being used as real estate. Just quickly, guys, what's cool about this?
Do you want to go first, Robin?
Yeah, I'll go first. Well, I think that the real world assets coming on as NFTs will give a lot of liquidity to the DeFi market. And I think that's super awesome. And to see buildings in such a city, such an iconic city like New York, that also gives it a boost. So it helps spread out the word so that more events like this take place throughout the industry.
Nice, man. Rob?
Yeah, I've been. No, I'm not going to say following, because that's a bit too much honor for the work I'm doing in real estate. But I find real estate and the combination with Web3 is super interesting. No, not only virtual world stuff, like I'm into that, but like you have like platforms like Realty that sell tokenized real estate. So you buy, let's say, every building they sell is split between 10,000 tokens, and you can buy a share of a house in an investment. I find that super interesting. So to that extent, like this NFT that's being sold on OpenSea is of course not like the key to the building. No, it's a receipt. So like I'm pretty sure that the moment you buy the NFT, you still need to sign some documents. But it's a cool way to promote the use case of NFTs. And I like these types of innovations, especially when they're done by let's call them dinosaur not enterprises, but dinosaur industries like banking, real estate. Those are very traditional sectors, and it's great to see those sectors trying something new in Web3. So yeah, thumbs up for that.
Thumbs up for that. All right, cool. Okay, so second one, we're going to thumbs up or thumbs down. A new NFT collection has popped out of nowhere called We Are All Going to Die, WAGD, as it's been shortened down to. So these guys are doing some pretty weird stuff. The other day, they burnt a mutant ape NFT, like a sacrificial burning. And also the NFTs that were free to mint in that collection, now the holders are being asked to burn them in order to reveal the next evolution. So a couple of things here, collection with like no roadmap, and now burning them. What do you guys think about this?
Yeah.
Oh, is that a sideways thumb, Robin? Or is that...
Yeah, Robin is not convinced.
It's a side one.
It's a side one. Okay, so we got one strong thumbs up. Give me some reasons for your side thumb, Robin.
Well, I think it has different aspects. I think it is brilliant from a marketing perspective aspect, because we hear so much about that NFTs, they have no utility, and all of a sudden this project comes apparently with no utility, and still amasses a lot of community and a lot of sales. I was checking it on the NFT Explorer, and I think the floor price is at 1.50 ETH, which is amazing. But and then on the other hand, I worry a little bit, especially with everything that's happening with regulations and the gray areas and the lack of transparency. Not having. We don't know who is it behind this project. There's no roadmap. There's no. I guess no utility at the same time. No anything. So I'm a bit split there, but I think from a marketing perspective, it's genius, and I kind of love the irreverence of it.
Okay, Rob, strong thumbs up from you.
Yes, strong thumbs up, because this breaks the cycle of roadmap NFTs with they have to launch a second child collection. There needs to be a merge drop. All that stuff that has been going through the NFT industry since Bored Apes last year. I like the way this breaks. It's a Creative Commons license, so when you own an NFT, you can do whatever you want with it. You can make a television series around it, basically, if you want to.
Unless you lose.
Of course, unless you lose. But the whole burning of a mutant ape, like, I have no idea why they're doing it, and I even think they don't know. I honestly think it's just shock effect. But what I find cool about this, it's almost like a story, like the same with Goblin Town, the same with We Are All Going to Die. It's really about not so much about utility, not so much about like being an investment. It's more about experiencing something together, and that's what I find fascinating. I'm pretty sure, like in a couple of months, this will be dead. They're all going to die, and maybe it's meant, like, maybe everything needs to burn, and maybe when everything burns, everybody will get something new again. Who knows? Like, I honestly don't know, but I find this type of performance and interaction with community and just building a story, I find that very cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, it's something different, isn't it? Which we appreciate. So, all right, cool. So some sideways thumb action and some thumbs up action there. Cool. So the next one, the final one, is a strange story. And I just want to be clear. This is speculation right now. and some good journalists out there are starting to put together the pieces around this. So this is to do with an agency called CAA. It's Creative Artist Agency. They represent some of the highest profile celebrities, actors, musicians, DJs, bands on earth. Madonna, Johnny, big Hollywood people, right? So what's happened is that somebody's made a map and they're linking together artists that are represented by CAA, OpenSea, the fact that CAA is invested in OpenSea, and I think we have this map. There it is. So study that with some time that you get. It's really complicated stuff. But yeah, the idea is that basically there's some not insider trading, but manipulation of the markets going on here, where you've got agents invested in OpenSea and then celebrities buying NFTs that have been created or backed by this agency. So it's a bit of an internal mechanism. What do you guys think is going on here, and do you agree with it? Oh, strange. All right, so let's find out, because yeah, it's not that different to what happens in most industries. So Robin, why thumbs up for this one?
Well, like you just said it yourself, this is happening in many industries. Just because we have these connections, it doesn't mean that it's illegal. On an ethical perspective, you could say that it is a bit of market manipulations, but then again, couldn't we say the same about Elon Musk?
Yes.
And we don't see anything happening about it, and now he's even probably going to buy Twitter, if that's gonna be a thing. So I don't see I don't see anything wrong per se, and from a legal standpoint, and this is not a new practice. It's just taking a new shape with a new technology, basically.
Okay, Roberto.
Let's just say it. I gave a thumbs up because I just love some good old drama. Like this is an amazing conspiracy, probably true, or at least to an extent. It's great that this is uncovered by the Web3 community / crypto Twitter. It's the second time. Like a while back, we had Chastain from OpenSea doing insider trading. He's now being charged by the American government, but it wasn't the government, it wasn't the police, it wasn't detective work who uncovered it. It was crypto Twitter. Yeah. And now once again, crypto Twitter uncovers a web of the Illuminati. So, I find that whole almost like outsourced research, outsourced journalism to a community, and then they are uncovering the facts and putting things on the table, making connections. I love that. So big thumbs up for the work that goes into that kind of stuff and what they uncovered.
All right, cool. No, I really agree with you there. Like, I love crypto Twitter. I love what we call them, detectives. Love that. Like, and the dedication that they show.
Yeah.
All right, good work, boys. Lots of thumbs up. No thumbs down, actually. Pretty good. All right, let's move on to our first topic for today. So Rob's going to talk about Gala Games. So heaps of updates, heaps of improvements, heaps of things happening. Rob, talk us through what's going on with Gala Games right now.
I actually... Okay. Shall we first do the DappRadar updates?
Oh, yes. Sorry. My bad. Let's skip to the updates first then. So DappRadar's got a couple of different product updates that have come out last week and the week before, and then there's some stuff coming in the future as well. So Rob, why don't you talk us through the NFT Collection Explorer that we launched last week?
Yeah, so the latest big update for DappRadar is NFT Collections Explorer. It's a tool that has been missing on our website for quite some time. Like, we had the NFT rankings. You could see which NFT collections had the most trading volume, which sales happened in the past 24-hour week, 30 days. But we didn't have a proper way to show the performance of individual NFTs in an NFT collection. Now, what the NFT Collection Explorer allows you to do is discover the floor price, the last sale price, at the estimated price of each NFT in an NFT collection. And of course, like the floor price, not super interesting. No, like we determine the floor price based on the last sale and not based on the listing price. That's like an important differentiation to make. Also, last sold price, not super interesting. But where NFT Collections Explorer really shines is the fact that we use machine learning algorithms. So based on the metadata of each NFT, we determine, okay, look, this is a Bored Ape with a golden skin, golden fur. So it sold for 100 ETH. A couple of others with a golden skin sold for 90 ETH or 110 ETH. Then comparing the metadata of the golden fur, but also like of the cigar they have in their mouth, or the glasses they have on, or the hats they have on. Now the machine algorithm determines like which attributes have the most impact on the price. And based on that, now your individual NFT or the one you're looking at gets a reasonable pricing based on actual trading. Again, it's never what we do is never based on listing prices, because that's speculation. What we do is based on actual sales, and then using machine learning algorithms to determine the price of each individual NFT. So technically, like, of course, like in an NFT collection, there needs to be lots of trading for that to make it happen, to make those estimations as good as possible. And there is a range of differentiation. So there will be times that our algorithm is a little bit off, but the more sales happen, the better it's able to determine a value. Even if your NFT has never sold, like so you minted it at 0.08 ETH, you diamond handed it to whatever else price is at 250K, you're still holding on to it. Like our machine learning algorithm can determine the price based on all the other sales happening in the ecosystem, in the Bored Ape ecosystem. Nice. And we do that for dozens of NFT collections, and they're being more added every single week.
Just to add there, Rob, the way that the collection needs to be well traded in order for us to apply the machine learning price estimates. If the collection is new or is not well traded, the prices are based on the last sale price, which isn't as accurate, but still gives a solid metric as well, right?
Yes, correct.
So the more popular the collection, the more accurate the pricing, which is exactly how we want it to be, basically. All right, cool. So that's what's been happening. What's coming up in the future? So we've spoken about single token staking a little bit. We're getting closer to single token staking. So that's radar staking and cross-chain, and that's including cross-chain harvesting of rewards. So this is really cool. So for example, you can stake your radar on ETH and you can pick up your rewards on Polygon. We are getting closer to that. We've chosen the system. We just need a little bit more patience from you guys, and we'll be there pretty shortly. So we'll have some big announcements around that pretty soon. Last week, we released our, I guess you could call it the first iteration of our Polygon NFT tracking. So using the DappRadar portfolio tracker, you can see all of your crypto assets and your NFT assets. Previously, you could only do that on Ethereum. For crypto assets, you could see them on Ethereum, Polygon, and Binance. Now you can see NFTs on Ethereum, and you can see NFTs on Polygon, and Binance is coming soon. Still in early stages there. So what we'd ask you to do is go log in using your wallet address and see what's in the wallet there. Make sure that you're getting the same representation of your Polygon NFTs. If you're not, please give us a shout. We need that feedback to make improvements. So Polygon NFTs now visible through the portfolio tracker on DappRadar. And the mobile app, which we've also spoken about, we're going to give pro member beta access. You just need to go to our Discord and you can become an official tester of the app. You can tell us about all its good bits and all its bad bits and help us get to a better place with that as soon as possible. So on the Discord, pro member beta access to the mobile app. All right, guys. So that's our DappRadar updates done for today. Now we're going to jump into Robert's section, and he wants to talk to us about Gala Games. He's super bullish on Gala. Let's go, Rob. What's happening?
I'm bullish on Gala, but I'm bullish on blockchain gaming in general. It's no secret that I have a passion for play to earn, or play and earn, or whatever you want to call it, and video games. I guess like many people agree with me. Like in the past month, we had 2+ million people connecting their wallets to blockchain games. Now that this can be Alien Worlds, Splinterlands, or Evergotchi, and anything in between. One of the front runners, in my opinion, in this space is Gala Games. They are the closest competitor to what Animoca Brands is, where Animoca Brands also had lots of focus on NFTs and GameFi and anything like a little bit more hardcore. Like Gala Games has always taken the position of we want to make good games first and then add a blockchain element to it. So, for example, not every game by Gala Games will have a token economy, but they will have NFTs. So if you go to the Gala Games website right now, you can find all kinds of NFTs that you can use in current and future games.
And sorry to interrupt, Rob. Just an important thing on Gala. There's a particular person who's involved in Gala Games who I think it's important to know about, Mr. Molyneux. I don't know if you just want to and his background and things and why that's important.
Yeah, there are actually multiple that are important.
It's more than him, but he's a bit right.
Yeah, like Gala Games has a wide assortment of games in development, and one of the games that is in development is called Legacy, and it's made by Peter Molyneux. And Peter Molyneux is a British game designer, famous for his creative take on gameplay. Like he made Black and White, he made Fable on the Xbox. If you're curious about that, he's always playing with the relationship between players and the way they influence a gaming system. So he always wants to make the player feel like a god, and Black and White really was about that. Fable a little bit less, but nonetheless, like it's always about influence and that kind of stuff. So Peter Molyneux, Will Wright, the creator behind The Sims, they're all like working with Gala on making video games. Again, to highlight that Gala is not trying to make simple GameFi games. They're trying to make sophisticated games that attract a wider audience. And surprise, there are NFTs in it. So they announced it. So last weekend they had Galaverse, an event taking place on Malta, the former crypto capital of the world. They've been kind of lost their position over the past years. But they announced a couple of interesting things. So Gala Games already has Gala Music, not live yet, but it will be like they want to make a decentralized version of Spotify, basically, kind of. And they now announced Gala Film, and Gala Film will be a platform for independent movies, so financed by Gala and distributed through a decentralized network.
Right.
So kind of interesting. No, like I'm curious where that will go. Maybe it will turn into nothing. Maybe it will turn into something big.
It's like a publishing house, though, isn't it? It's becoming more of a publisher.
Yeah, absolutely. Gala Games is a publisher, but
So
with a technological backing. So they have some interesting partnerships. So they announced Universal, a partnership with Universal to create a Battlestar Galactica game. They announced a partnership with Epic Game Store to launch Grid, a battle royale cowboy game. They showed the first playable version of The Walking Dead Empires. The Walking Dead, of course, based on AMC's television show. And on top of that, they have like various of other games, like a 4X strategy game called Echoes of Empire, turn-based RPG called Champions Arena, tower defense game called Fortitude, Legends Reborn, a card game, Superior, online action game, and the list goes on. And of course, they have Miranda's, the MMO. And Will Wright, the earlier mentioned creator of The Sims, he's working on a metaverse world called Voxverse, based on their own Vox characters. Now, the point I'm trying to make is like we have this whole crypto winter, right? Like, oh my God, prices are dropping. Yeah, it sucks. Like, it hurts me as well. Like, my heart is bleeding. My heart is bleeding here, and trying very hard to build to build a wall around it to make sure it doesn't hurt. But the point is, like, we're seeing like brands, corporations, serious game developers making games that tap into NFTs, that tap into play to earn, that tap into blockchain technology. And I honestly I've been bullish on play to earn gaming since 2008 and 2018, sorry. That feeling has never been like weaker than it is right now. Like really, like right now, this really feels like, okay, it is going to happen. Like people are doing this, companies are believing in it. Ubisoft, Electronic Arts, Microsoft, they all, Namco Bandai, Square Enix, they're all investing or building at least one, if not multiple projects using NFTs in gaming. And yeah, I'm super bullish on blockchain gaming, and I don't see a future without it. Like it will not be the only product, the gaming type in the future, but it will be one of the options, and it's inevitable. And I'm super curious how you guys feel about it. I know I'm not quite sure when compared to Robin, but at least against you, Ian, I'm probably the more hardcore gamer. And yeah, I'm super bullish about blockchain gaming, and I just want to underline that and give Gala Games the hats off that they deserve for all the effort they do.
Yeah, that's a good one. Robin, what do you think about the blockchain gaming space and the record numbers we've seen, and where do you think it's going? What do you think we'll see this year even?
I think is a testament to the fact that if you tap into something that makes people have fun, right, like gaming, and you combine that with finance, and you combine that with earnings, you combine that with actual tangible benefits, it's a very powerful machine, I would call it. And I think that gaming is going to be, well, gaming and also the creator economy, but that's a whole other topic. I think that's what's going to usher the next big wave of adoption in crypto, because we have I don't recall how many, maybe Robert knows. I think we have like
2.2
millions,
something this
billions
month.
of gamers.
Yeah, 2 million plus unique active wallets. Like it's a bit difficult to say how many gamers it is, but
Yeah.
2 million unique active wallets.
But
In
that's
May.
a lot.
In May, yeah.
That's a lot. But I'm talking about people who play games in general. Like a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yes, like what is it, 4 billion? Something like that?
yeah. It's yeah. So imagine if just a fraction of that number can actually get onboarded onto Web3 and blockchain games.
Yeah. I mean, even if you only have like 1%, like like 40 million.
Exactly.
That's we're talking about 40x growth here.
Exactly. It's massive. Something that I find very fascinating about gaming is that it blends all of the aspects of blockchain, and I think that's also very interesting, because you get DeFi, right? You get GameFi, you get the NFT aspects, you get all aspects of blockchain in gaming, and then you get the fun, and then you get the earnings, and
Yeah.
it's awesome. I think it's super powerful.
Like what I'm super curious about personally is like, not everybody will play a game with the same intentions. Like but you don't have to. Like you will have farmers, like people who consistently do the same routine just to farm, I don't know, wood or whatever is needed for a particular game, and sell it on the market. And it might as well become their job. Who knows? We've already seen this. We've already, in the past 2 decades, we've seen this in MMOs like World of Warcraft, other MMOs. I forgot the name. EVE Online, EverQuest. That's the one I was looking for. Like we've seen the concept of gold farming, and it was a very gray market. But aside, like it existed, and people used those services to buy gold, and so there is a demand there. And what will happen is there will be people playing a farm account, just farming, and there will be people trying to complete the story, or people trying to collaborate with other players to find the high-end rewards. There will be all kinds of different players playing in different layers of the economy, and all will benefit, and that benefit will be either financially or emotionally, so being fun and entertaining, and maybe both of them to an extent.
just to expand on those different layers of the economy that you're talking about, I think another thing that I find fascinating about blockchain gaming is the way it is disrupting business models.
Mhm.
So, for example, gaming guilds. I didn't know what a gaming guild was for, I don't know, 2 months ago, 3 months ago. I find that fascinating. I find it fascinating that, for example, a game like Axie Infinity has helped so many people in the Philippines during the pandemic. I think these things are very life changing, or have the potential to be very life changing.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And it'll go like you heard for years, parents whinging about their children spending so much time on games, and not getting anything for it. That's all going to change potentially. You're going to have children educating their elders on financial mechanics that they've learned through some simplistic game. I think that's amazing. Like it's an
Yeah,
amazing.
no, like to be honest, like the whole concept of like games are you can't have a future in games. That's something now we as 90s kids or 80s kids have heard dozens of times. That kind of broke with the rise of esports, right? So suddenly, like esports gamers could become athletes. They could become superstars in South Korea or United States through leagues like ESL, World Cyber Games, and all that kind of stuff. Like right now, like finals in League of Legends and all those esports games attract thousands, tens of thousands of people in huge arenas. And yeah, I mean, of course, like not everybody can make money, but like the idea that you can make money in gaming, it has already been around for a few years, and now with play to earn and play and earn and whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
like it suddenly opens up to everybody. And the only thing we need to get rid of is the idea that everybody will get rich from playing games, because of course that's not the case.
No.
What happens is you play a game, you create value, and that value can be $5, $10, maybe $100, $200. Maybe if you play it super hardcore, you can make it into thousands. But let's not bring that dream into the world that everybody can get rich from gaming. That's not the case. But when you're done with the game, in traditional gaming, you download the game most of the time, you can't sell it. So you buy and you're done. In play to earn blockchain gaming, you play a game, you generate value through participation, through by leveling up your character, finding rewards. When you're done, you can sell that stuff. Maybe it has lots of value, maybe a little bit of value, depending on the market, and then you're done with it. You get some money out of it, and I think that's an empowering concept that many gamers need to learn to understand. And many gamers hate it because they align the idea of NFTs with Ponzi's, with the way microtransactions work in traditional gaming. Like it's microtransactions are doubtful to be are not very well received in general. Like even though everybody does it, like it's not something people are happy about, and that needs to change. That takes time.
It's a super interesting topic. I think there's going to be more evolution this year. We're not anywhere near what I would call like mass adoption, as it were. And I think really what we need to see, like I said this the other day, that people are talking about cheap fun during a recession. And I still believe that buying a game for the Xbox for like $60, one-off payment, you can play that game for months. I still think that's going to pip NFT-based games for the time being. There's a lot of education to happen. And there's also the question of, are we talking about gamers? Or are we talking about investors? Because most play-to-earn games, not that fun, are they? They're more about making money. So it's like some people play games to escape the world, and making money is probably not escaping the world as such. So yeah,
no, indeed, but I think that's like the layered economy. So that's like you have workers, you have investors, you have players, and each game will need each of those in a certain variation. And I think like so a company like Gala Games and Oak and Mocha brands, like they are investing in more. They start to invest more in high-end gaming products with made by sophisticated game developers, not made by blockchain developers, but by actual game developers, and add that play to earn gaming token economy into it. And I think in the next 2, 3, 4 years we will see more widespread adoption of those games. But like you said, it will not be as dominated, not as dominating as traditional console gaming, at least for the time being, because
not yet. We'll see things move, but I think 2 things to take from that is that play to earn games won't make you $1 million in a day, and that we are still a little bit away from anything where people expect like Grand Theft Auto with tokenomics. That's not quite here yet. All right, guys. Interesting chat. We always talk about blockchain games, so it will be a repetitive thing. We'll talk about that on an ongoing basis. So, Robin, you have been looking at an NFT collection recently. It launched a couple of weeks ago, and it's kind of interesting for several reasons, mainly because they didn't tell anybody anything about anything. They just launched and seem to have become massively popular. So we're talking about the Goblin Town collection, or as we sometimes call it, blah, 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 blah. And Robin is going to tell us everything about what's going on with this collection, because it's really weird.
Well, this collection is pretty weird. It's very bizarre and at the same time fascinating, like most things that are bizarre, at least for me. Using the NFT Explorer, we can see that they already have amassed a market cap of almost 57 ETH, which is massive. 57,000, I should say, of course. And they started in, I think it was the last week of May. So it's pretty odd, pretty interesting how this started. And what I find fascinating about the Goblin Town is that basically, like, does it have a utility? No, it does not have a utility. That's what the developers have told us. But so why are people buying into this? Why are people buying into ugly NFTs? Are they staying for the culture? So if you take a look at the average sale price, it is still holding at 6.19 ETH last I checked. These were distributed for free. There was no hype. There was no roadmap. They didn't even have a Twitter. I believe they didn't even have a Twitter in the beginning. Now they do, but it's still creating such a fuss. And as a marketing person, I have a marketing background. I find that absolutely fascinating. And then, of course, like we see with most NFTs collections, we see copycats, and in those copycats, we find the "We're All Going to Die" or the WAGD. Which has a floor price at the moment of 1.49 ETH, according to the Explorer.
That was free as well, right, Robin? That was a free to mint collection, that one?
Yes, that was a free to mint collection. That's right, and it's quite interesting because they're burning ape NFTs. They even created this event on Twitter Spaces, in which people could listen to the burning of the ape. It was a mutant ape, right? So I think
listen to the screaming of the digital ape.
Yeah, they could hear the fire crackling. You know,
I don't know if this is true, but I also heard on in the Twitter grapevine that during that Twitter space, people were chanting like "Burn the ape, burn the ape, burn the ape," like really like it's super scary cult.
What does that say about humanity and the state of humanity today? Right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Burn the $40,000. Burn it. Burn it.
Yeah.
Burn. It reminds me of that book, that Lord of the Flies, right? Where everyone just turns into savages. Like that's basically what's happened in crypto. All the prices have gone down. Everyone's just gone savage, right? But sorry.
Even the language, like you said, Goblin Town has their own language, right? So it's a very interesting, I don't know, people study and anthropological study
Yeah.
case, marketing case. And going back to the "we're all going to die," they have actually spent a 21 ETH on the mutant ape collection
Burn.
to burn these apes. So I'm just wondering how is this sustainable?
My best guess is it's honestly for the fun. So I guess they get the funds from they get a share of royalties from each sale,
Yeah.
and then they use that to buy apes and burn them. Maybe that's really literally the case.
That's pretty cool though, right? Like you can see why people would be attracted to that. You've got this whole clique of like bored apes that we've said before, everyone's kind of like trying to get into this gang. Let's not get into them.
Let's burn them.
Let's burn them. That's even better. Like,
let's buy and burn.
I like it. Like if you can't join them, burn them.
Basically, and yet another one is this For the Culture collection, which is also quite interesting. I have adopted the fuck you culture. They even have a
the finger sign is the hot, right?
Yeah, and they have a floor price of 1.49. They have no roadmap. It's also just for the culture. They tell you literally to, fuck off as soon as you see their Twitter. But people go crazy about it, and they even pay. I think they pay 0.01 ETH to the minters.
Yeah, I read that too. So if you
Really?
if you had minted a free NFT, you would need to pay the gas fees, but you will get 0.01 ETH back. That's
cool.
And what I find fascinating about that is that we often say we are in it for the tech, we are in it for the culture, and you need to help people, you need to share, blah 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 blah. And to an extent, you could say that all those high-end NFT collections made people a bit put some people in like a ivory tower. Like put them above the rest, and I think those like Goblin Town, like we all going to die, For the Culture. I think that's literally a big fu against NFT elitism. So I kind of like this, and I find this what you said, Robin, the 0.01 ETH for minters. I find that super fascinating. Like, I don't understand why, but I know they will. Like, if you're talking from a business point of view, like you will make it back with royalty sales because it's 0.01 ETH is nothing, but it's such a great gesture that it makes the NFT collection stand out, and I just want to add to that. Like if you look at the images from FTC, I think my little daughter can draw something similar. So expect something hyped coming soon. Just saying.
Next week's show is going to be all about Rob's collection of 10K P2P PFP avatars.
PFP avatars made by Tessa. Yeah.
Perfect. I'm with you, Robin. Like for me personally, from a marketing background, this is fascinating for people watching events. In my opinion, this is like I'm still trying to figure out. I know why people go towards gravitate to things like this, and it's like for the opposite reason that people normally go towards things. It's really strange. It's like if I repeatedly tell you to leave me alone, I think you're probably going to want to hang out with me even more. Like it's just that. What's the word? You do it with your kids. I can't remember.
Yeah, reverse psychology.
Reverse psychology. So it's like reverse psychology, isn't it? It's like they're openly saying to you, "Don't do it. Don't buy it. Don't touch it." Like
we have no plans.
Yeah, we got nothing. Don't even contemplate it. A bit like Elon Musk and the Boring Company when they sold those hats. Like, here's a hat. Here's a hat with boring written on it. 10K sold instantly. because, and even he himself was like, don't buy them. They're rubbish. Not even good quality. Like, it's just weird, isn't it? Like, so marketing has gone full 360 by the look, not even 360, 180. It's like flip it over. Like, if you just tell people the utter truth, you can be successful. This drink is terrible. It tastes like crap, and it won't quench your thirst.
That's a bit like the invention of lying. That movie.
Yes,
Ricky Gervais.
Exactly. But yeah, fascinating stuff. The bigger picture there is about the idea of culture and community and rallying around collections, and this kind of like middle finger to the elitism is fascinating. There's a whole world developing here. So yeah, but let's move on sharply. Let's get into some community questions from our lovely DappRadar community. So what we do here is we are going to open a dedicated channel where we can source all these questions from. But what we've got here is like people ask us questions all over the web. So we're just pulling them all in. And yeah, we just try to answer some of those to make sense. If you've got any questions about anything, whether it's stuff that we're talking about or just generally you're like, I don't get it, ask. The worst thing we could do is point you in the direction of someone who can answer it. But yeah, always ask the question, all right? So Robin, I'm going to point this question at you. It's kind of a weird question, but let's see. When will we be allowed to burn radar tokens we personally own? Just bear in mind that rather than burning them, you could send them to us.
Exactly.
Why would you, Robin, please tell this person why this is a bad idea?
It is a bad idea, basically, because DappRadar has a very solid foundation. We're building something that's pretty solid. In a way, DappRadar reflects the microcosmos of what's going on in the Dapp space, in the blockchain space. Just go to our blog and you will see what I'm talking about. And when the contributor earn and when the creator economy really kicks in, things are gonna be massive. So like they say on YouTube disclaimers, this is not financial advice. but yeah, I wouldn't burn it. I would just send it to me.
Yeah, and like moreover, just don't burn it, because don't do that, man. Like you're just wasting it. Just keep it. Don't burn it. Burning it.
Leave it to we're all going to die. They do the burning.
Yeah. To be honest, like, why would you burn it? Just keep it in your wallet and don't burn it, because it will cost you gas fees. I mean, you need to pay to burn something. Just don't touch it. If you don't want to use it, then you don't touch it. Whatever. Like, what's the problem?
Yeah, leave it there. Leave it there.
Yeah,
leave it alone, basically. Second question, Robert. This one to you. What will become of the unclaimed radar? So we did an airdrop for radar in December.
Yes.
Some of that is unclaimed. What's happening with all these tokens?
So roughly, almost 50%, I think it was 45% of the airdrop has been claimed. Claiming ended in March, halfway through March this year. After that, we issued a vote. We made a proposal, and the community was in favor of the proposal. And the proposal stated that we will use the unclaimed radar tokens to create liquidity and create staking rewards on various blockchains. So what will happen is radar token will come to BNB chain, and multi-chain token staking will come to Ethereum, BNB, and later on Polygon. And we will use the radar tokens to reward the community for providing liquidity or staking their tokens. So ultimately, the radar airdrop goes back into the community. We're not going to use it to invest. We're not going to use it to pay people. We're pumping it back into the community.
And we're not burning it, which is
and we're not burning it. No, which was actually one of the one of the extra options that we had, but we were against it because we see our radar token not as like a 1 year, 2 year trick pony. Like we have like a 10, 20 year roadmap. Like where we want to go is far into the future, and then we're not going to burn tokens like 3 months into the ecosystem. Like that's ridiculous.
Yep. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Answered those questions very professionally. As I said at the beginning, if there are any questions that you need answers to, fire them into any of our social media channels and we will try to pick them up and answer them here in the show, or we'll just get back to you personally. All right. So that brings us to the end of today's show. I hope I did a good job pretending to be Charlie, guys. Was it all right?
Yeah. Of course, Ian. Yeah.
That sounded like a thumbs down.
That was convincing enough.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you nailed the British accent. I don't know how you do it. Like, it's amazing.
I was practicing pre-show, just to make sure I got that British.
Okay.
Just to make sure. Okay, so yeah, I was standing here for Charlie. Charlie will be back next week, and everything will be swapped around again. So, from myself, Ian Kane, thank you for tuning in this week. It's been very cool. I'll let you guys say your goodbyes. I won't do what Charlie does and say goodbye from you.
Have a nice afternoon, good morning, good day, and good night, everybody.
That's it. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Oh, and Robin, I think we're going to see you on some other shows, like you were drafted into today's show, and I think we're going to pull you in for some other shows, man. Done a great job today. So that's it from us this week. Tune in next week. And also, just to finally know, you can find us all over the internet. So I'm going to reel it all off. You can find us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Spotify, Discord, the website, Twitter, and many other places on top of that, which I cannot fit into one sentence. So again, thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week. Take care.